Hello everyone and welcome to the program Business Point on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program. As always, I'll be bringing you global business updates on what's going on currently in the world of business as we start. And basically, we'll be starting from the home front where Naira in the para markets rose to 1,560 Naira. This was yesterday. Naira appreciated to 1,560 Naira per dollar in the parallel market from 1,570 Naira per dollar as of Wednesday before the closing section. But the Naira depreciated to 1,540 Naira per dollar in the Nigerian foreign exchange market. Data published by the Central Bank of Nigeria shows that the indecisive exchange rate for the Naira rose to 1,540 Naira per dollar from 1,539 Naira per dollar as of Wednesday, indicating 1 Naira depreciation from the Naira. And then consequently, the margin between the parallel market and the Nigerian foreign exchange market rate narrowed down to 20 Naira per dollar from 31 Naira per dollar as of Wednesday. So of late, we've been seeing the trajectory of growth and the bullish trend that has been going on in within the FX market that is talking about the Nigerian Naira and the dollar. So, and other currencies as well. Naira has been able to rebound against other currencies in the FX market. This shows that the level and the projection for the 2025 budget or projected the 2025 budget by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu stated that the Naira is going to be stabilized around 1,500 Naira come December. And you all can agree with me from November 2024 up to date. We've seen that the Naira has been stabilized within 1,575 Naira to 1,570 Naira in the foreign exchange market. So moving away from that and looking at the bullish trend in the FX markets, we are now being shocked and being witnessed with a bearish run in the Nigerian all-share market as the all-share index dipped by 0.06%. The Nigerian Stock Exchange all-share index traded at 105,426 as of Thursday 27, decreasing from 60 or 0.6% since the previous trading section. Looking back over the last 4 weeks, the Nigerian all-share index lost 2.2% over the last 12 months. Its price rose by 0.83%. Looking ahead of the focus, Nigerian Stock Exchange all-share index is to be priced at 104,837 points by the end of the first quarter and at 104,459 in 1 year, according to Trading Economics Global Micro Models projection and analysis expectations. All of this concerns now is showing a significant level of growth, and then despite the fact that we've witnessed a certain level of bearish trend in the Nigerian foreign exchange market and also in the Nigerian stock exchange market, we have seen that despite the projection for it to be at 104,459 by the end of the first quarter, we are seeing significant growth where the Nigerian stock exchange market is doing well and is still at the verge of the spike of 105,000 points. So looking at all of this now, it shows investors' confidence is being boosted and being robust currently as we speak. And also we're seeing that at this current stage, and with the fact that investors' confidence is being renewed and being boosted based on those that are looking to invest in the Nigerian stock market at a lower price, this is also an avenue for them to be able to achieve most of all of these feats based on the current realities that we are facing in the market. So inflation is being curbed out, and also we are seeing in the index and then the Nigerian stock market being dipped. So with all of this now, in the long run, we are expected to see that the market, the focus for the remaining hours of business, they are sure that the markets will be closing on a bullish trend. So we'll be bringing you all of those reports before the close of business today, and we'll also look at avenues on how the Nigerian All-Share Index is also going to continue the next week trajectory on the same bullish trend. So we'll just see how all of that pans out as business continues to unfold. So now let me bring you a current update on the CNG conversion, where a whole lot of Nigerians have reacted to the fact that, yes, there's not been a widespread of adaptation in Nigeria, and then they are saying the high cost of CNG conversion is hindering the widespread of adoption of CNG, that's a compressed natural gas in Nigeria. The Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, has expressed concerns over the high cost of converting vehicles and machineries to run on compressed natural gas, noting that it is discouraging its widespread adoption in Nigeria. Abiodun says this at the third edition of the Chemical Handlers and Users Workshop organized by the State Ministry of Environment in Abeokuta, represented by Deputy Governor Nosimato Salako Oyedele. The governor emphasized that transitioning to sustainable energy source like CNG is crucial for reducing pollution and mitigating environmental pollutions. Looking at all of this now, we've seen different Nigerians who we got their takes on the current price of CNG and how effective it is. They have different response, and also they have this to say. We're going on a quick break, and then we're getting the reactions of Nigerians on the adaptation of CNG. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back. Yes, we've gotten reactions. Many thanks for staying with us. We've gotten reactions from Nigerians, those that are CNG operators and users who have been able to convert their cars. They have response, and they appreciated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for this current initiative. And also they have a couple of more reactions and more things that they would be expecting the government to do. Take a listen. We'll be right back.
Following the removal of fuel subsidy, the Nigerian government has launched a presidential compressed natural gas initiative to drive the adoption of CNG across transportation sector, aiming to provide relief on the cost of living and reduce reliance on petrol. A cross-section of Nigerians have commended the president's initiative on driving the adoption of CNG, despite availability being a challenge. The price of CNG is more cost-effective as it is sold at 230 naira, while fuel sells for between 860 naira and 890 naira.
CNG is sold at 230 naira here in Abuja per ACM, while petrol is 800 and something in some filling stations. So if you want to compare, like my car now, it's 5,000 naira that I fill it, but if I want to use fuel, it's 60,000 naira that I can fill. So you can compare the difference. So it's very, very economical and very good and very safe to use.
Due to the lack of availability, some drivers express their grievances over the amount of time they have to spend on the queue before they can purchase the compressed natural gas.
6 in the morning, this engine would enjoy, but 6 in the morning, I dey here 5 o'clock, I dey do along, I know if you come out to work. The thing they very hard, and I beg, with the beg president, this way he initiate to us, it is very, very good. I would thank him so much. But the only thing is that advice I won't give government before you go bring something come to introduce to the public. Make you try put provision in place first before bringing those things out. Now the thing they would enjoy, but to get at they very hard.
Users of compressed natural gas spoke about the safety and durability of the commodity.
Depends on the conversion. If it's from a locally, although they have stopped it, the ones that happen in Benin is a local made cylinder. So since then we have not been having any issue concerning explosion. So the safety and is very okay for engine.
The availability of CNG station is a key factor in its adoption, over which Nigerians have called on the President and NNPC to build more CNG stations.
Nigerians have hailed the President for the initiative of the compressed natural gas, and they have actually confessed to the fact that it is way more cheaper and safer for them to use for their cars as well. But they've made complaint that availability has been a concern when it comes to the compressed natural gas. They've called on the President to make more availability and create more initiatives to have this compressed natural gas all over the country. Samuel Odi reporting for Global Television News.
Yes, many thanks for staying with us, and thank you very much for that report. So we've seen the reactions from Nigerians as they have commended the President on the initiative and also calling for more availability. The governor of Osun State is making comments on the angles where the cost of conversion has been also one of the major concerns, which also Nigerians stated, and calling on President Bola Tinubu to come to the aid of Nigerians and to have more filling stations, CNG stations, and also curb down the cost of conversion of their cars and other utility vehicles so as to be able to, have CNG. So we'll be looking and waiting on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to react to all of those. So moving on and moving away from CNG, let's have a conversation around Bitcoin. As Bitcoin and other blue chips, crypto tokens declined as of Friday. Bitcoin and other blue chip crypto tokens declined to Friday as U.S. President Donald Trump's latest tariff move fueled investors' concern over a potential trade war. Trump announced a 25% tariff hike on auto imports set to take effect next week, drawing criticism from politicians and industrial leaders and sparking warning of price hike from global automakers. Bitcoin was trading as of earlier today at $85,925 US dollars, down by 1.8% in the last 24 hours, while Ethereum sold at 5.1%, slides by 5.1% to $1,923. The overall crypto market capitalization fell by 2.35% to $2.79 trillion. Among major altcoins, XPR fell by 4.8%, Solana declined by 3.7%, Dogecoin dropped by 7%, and Cardano lost 4.4%. Chainlink, Algorand, and Stellar recorded declines between 2% and 7%. Bitcoin's market capitalization dropped to $1.7 trillion, with dominance raising to 61.08%. However, its 24-hour trading volume slipped by 0.55% to $26.42 billion. Stablecoin transaction accounted for 97.17% of the total crypto trading, reaching $79.1 billion according to Coin Market Cap. So moving away, currently the trade war that has been going on in the US has been one of the major concerns and one of the major drivers of the dips that we are witnessing, and the fact that Bitcoin keeps going down. And then there have been projections that says that Bitcoin is going to hit around 70,000 US dollars in the coming months, based on this new tariff hike that has been introduced by President Donald Trump, which is set to take effect from next week. So all of this is affecting, all of these policies and hike in tariff is affecting the markets negatively. So aside all of those, like the current trade war is still ongoing. Aside from the cryptocurrency world, it's also happening in the world of oil as the Russian banks. Let me bring you up to speed with what is currently going on in the world of crude oil sales. Currently, we all know that there have been slashes, and then there have been a trade war and the fluctuation in the price of crude in the international markets. We've been seeing where Brent oil have been selling around $68 per barrel, and then we've seen Brent also WTI being selling at 70 to 72 dollar per barrel. So looking at all of this now and this trade war going on, and then under 25% tariff hike that have been increased or that has been placed by President Donald Trump on Venezuela, saying any country that purchases any form of energy, be it compressed natural gas, diesel or gas, whatever, that country is going to be paying an extra 25% tariff hike. This is also something that is being looked into to keep getting to action as at next week. And all of this trade war has been set by most of the policies that President Donald Trump has been increasing and also introducing to the global markets. Now, the Russian central bank warns for prolonged oil price slump. Yes, Russia's central bank issued a warning to the government that oil price could enter a prolonged slump on the back of the higher U.S. and non-OPEC production this year. Warning came earlier this year, and it was quite likely linked to the multiple forecasts anticipating such a development. This forecasts, however, are unlikely to prove true and signaled by the U.S. oil industry itself. Reuters reported the news about the Central Bank of Russia earlier in the week, saying the warning was introduced in preparation by the Prime Minister had prepared for the cabinet's discussion. A significant risk in oil price. Reuters cited at the slide from the preparation as saying a significant increase in the production in the United States and outside OPEC. Now, baby drill is what President Donald Trump promised in the OPEC world, and also when he was coming into power, currently he was very vocal about American first. So if the policies and initiatives are not being created basically to favor the United States, and trade war has been going on with Canada and China and all of those, so we are looking at tariffs being increased on almost a daily basis, or rather weekly basis, by Donald Trump. Now, in the facing these current realities that we are seeing now, Dangote Refinery and the U.S. are now having relationship in terms of buying crude for dollars, since Dangote Refinery has suspended selling crude and PMS products for Naira, given the fact that it was said by the NNPC that the Crude for Naira initiative that was initiated and kick-started as at October 1st, 2024 was only for 6 months. So on the 31st of March is when the contract is supposed to come to an end. Now, the independent marketers here in Nigeria are complaining about the current prices and looking at the current exchange rates. Now, it's also affecting them. They're complaining about the fact that, as the independent marketers are complaining about the fact that they are losing on almost a daily basis based on the current tariff hike that is being introduced. And now, on the other note, Crude for Naira initiative is looking as if it's going to be scrapped, but the Minister of Petroleum, Mr. Henneken, says that they are looking forward to extend the relationship and also to extend the contract of the Crude for Naira initiative, which Nigerians have been calling for the president to step in and also see how all of this things is going to be actualized, and also cut down the price of conversion of the CNG, so as those that would want to use petrol and those that want to use CNG would be able to do all of this affordably, based on the fact that logistics is also one of the major causes of inflation aside food item and this current CPI. On today's edition of Business Point, this is how much time will permit us to take. My name is Samuel Odi. I'll see you again as we talk more business. Bye for now.